Hi, Farina here again with more work for you. Today, this week, we will look at the past perfect tense. As last week, we looked at the present perfect. I have just to change something here, sorry. Yeah, okay. Now let's have a look first at the form of this tense. The present perfect and the past perfect, they are connected, and that's why I want to look at them at the past perfect as well, because if you have understood the present perfect, you will definitely understand the past perfect. But if the present perfect really confused you, don't worry about the past perfect. It will also confuse you, or maybe together you can understand it better. Okay, let's first have a look at the form of the past perfect. Like the present perfect, the past perfect is formed with the help of the verb have and the past participle of the main sentence. Of the verb of the main sentence. Sorry, I have to constantly correct my typos. Because it's the past perfect, of course, we use the past form of the verb have, which is had. Let's have a look at a couple of example sentences. She had done a lot of homework. He had met her before. Maria had studied French. So you see, similar as the present perfect, the only difference is that the help verb to make this tense have is in the past. And here the past participle, which you find on your irregular verb list, the third column is the past participle, if it's irregular. If it's regular, the regular verbs you don't find on that list. Remember, the regular verbs, the past participle ending is ed, just like in the past tense. Now let's have a look at the usage. You can see that I didn't finish the sentences here above, but I hinted with the 3 dots here, I hinted that they go on. This is because in their usage, they also connect to another action, like the present perfect. While the present perfect connects to something that is happening now in the present, the past perfect connects to another action that also happened in the past tense, in the past. But it happened after the action that is expressed in the past perfect. Now, I am sure that is very confusing to understand. So, don't give up yet. To finish our example sentences up here, we can add an ending using the past simple for the action that happened after what happened here, that we used the past perfect for. So let's have a look here. Okay, she had done a lot of homework and went to bed very tired. First, she had done the homework, and because of all this homework, she was very tired when she went to bed later. Carl had met her before. His brother introduced her to the family. So Carl had met his brother's girlfriend before that. Let's say he maybe met her a couple of years ago. He already knew her by the time she became his brother's girlfriend, and his brother introduced her to the family. Maria had studied French before she went to France. Okay, that makes sense. Before she went to France, earlier she wanted to study, she wanted to learn French, so she had studied French. Makes a lot of sense that you do that first. Now, you can of course turn those sentences around and put the past simple action before the past perfect action. You don't always have to have the past perfect at the beginning and the past simple at the end. Sometimes you have to tweak the sentence a little bit though when you turn them around. You have to change the structure, or you maybe have to put in a word to help to connect the two parts of the sentence. So let's have a look at the first one. She went to bed very tired because she had done a lot of homework. When his brother introduced his girlfriend to the family, Carl realized he had met her before. Those two actions happened in the same moment. So they are in the simple past, while this one happened earlier, past perfect. Before Maria went to France, she had studied French, so she could already speak the language, or at least understand a little bit. Okay? Now I'll give you a little more, because you also use the past perfect when you talk about an action that happened in the past before a specific time that is also in the past. So if you add a time which is in the past, for example, 10 p.m. yesterday night, or December 2019, or last autumn, or anything from the past, a time, a specific time that lies in the past. Let's look at a couple of examples here. I had fallen asleep before 10 o'clock. Of course, I'm talking about last night. I was so tired, I had fallen asleep before 10 o'clock. They had opened their shop before 2010. So 2010, a time in the past, 10 years ago. Before that even, they opened the shop. So remember, it happened before a specific time. Okay? We had our daughter before we got married. So first they had their daughter and then they got married. So that's actually again two actions together. And you can see here is the past simple. You could also say we got married before 1996, if you want a specific time. Okay? Have I confused you enough? Then let's go and have a look at the exercises. It sounds confusing, difficult, but it actually is not that difficult. Because here in the first exercise, I only want you to practice the form. The only thing you have to do is put in the past perfect for the verb in the brackets. But of course, when you do that, read the whole sentence. That helps you with getting used to the usage. So let's have a look at the first one. I'm going to do that for you. So it says here, when I arrived at the cinema, the film, the verb is start. So the past perfect, of course, is had started. And here probably you would put in, just that it makes a little bit more sense, you would maybe say had already started. Okay? So you see here, past perfect. That is your first exercise. Make the past perfect from the verb in the bracket. Most of them are regular. Some of them are not regular. So check your list. If they are not on your list, they are regular, ending in ed. Okay? Try it. Again, I will send you the answer key later for you to correct. If you don't have enough yet and you want to do another exercise, this one is a little bit more difficult because here you have to choose the correct form of the verb. It's either A, B, or C. It could be the past tense, it could be the past participle. You have to try to choose the right form. So read the sentence first. They had, and then comes buying, bought a lot of wood before the weather got cold. So they had hints at the past perfect, because that's the verb had you use to help you form the past perfect. So you need the past participle of the verb, buy. Buy is the present tense. Buying is the continuous tense. Bought is the past participle as well as the past simple. The same word. So they had bought a lot of wood before the weather got cold. So I did the first one for you again. I will take that out again because you will have to do that yourself. Okay? Okay. Try, see what you can do. We will talk a little bit about that past perfect during the Zoom session of next Wednesday. Good luck. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.